All right, welcome back. Please take a look and make sure that your table is filled in correctly. And so what I did is I simplified the radicals that could simplify. And then all of these never change, right? All of the legs will be 3 feet. And so that means that each of the kites will need 12 feet for the length of the legs. And then I multiplied each of these by 8 because there were 8 crossbars. And so you should have 16 square root 2, 24 square root 2, 8 square root 5, 16 square root 5, and 24 square root 5. All right, how much balsa wood should the club advisor buy if the club is going to build 6 kites, all 6 kites described above? So what I notice is that these 3 items can be added together. I have an 8 root 2 plus a 16 root 2 plus a 24 square root 2. And to that, I'm going to add my root 5s. So I have an 8 root 5, a 16 square root 5, and a 24 square root 5. And so I can combine my 8, 16, and 24. That would be 48 total. So I would have 48 square root 2s. And similarly, 8, 16, and 24, I would have 48 square root 5. Explain how you reached your conclusion. So what I did was I combined only the coefficients of like radicals. All right. So let's look at the next one. It says approximately how much balsa wood in decimal notation will the club advisor need to buy? So you're going to use your calculator to approximate the amount of balsa wood and then decide on a reasonable way to round. So we saw that we need 48 square root 2 plus 48 square root 5. So let me show you that function in your calculator. So in your calculator, you can do 48 times square root of 2 plus 48 times the square root of 5, which is about 175.21-ish. Now, if we're going to buy wood, they're going to want us to buy it probably to the nearest foot. So if we're going to buy to the nearest foot, we would round this to 176 feet. And explain why the club advisor would need this approximation rather than the exact answer expressed as a radical. So I will remind you, this is a rounded answer. This is the exact answer. And the reason that the club advisor might want that is because when you go to the store, the worker would not know what square root 2 and square root 5 were. All right, we're going to pause right here. And I'd like you to go through and look at this next example and try to rewrite this. It says a math tip, right? This is an important tip. It says to rewrite these, right, in radical notation. And then if they have the same radical, you can simplify each term first and then subtract the ones with the like coefficients and see if you can end up with these. And then also go ahead and try these B. And when we come back on the next video, I'll have those answers.